Hey guys, this is gonna be called Libertarian versus Anti-Authority, and I'm not gonna rely on any notes for this video. This is just some of my thoughts on the idea. I definitely want to commend Aaron for coming out with what seems like his magnum opus of philosophy, and you know, Ayn Rand had Atlas Shrugged, Molyneux had UPB and RTR, and for the fact that you came to this conclusion, you say I feel like I don't have to make videos anymore, that's pretty significant. So I've definitely seen a lot of your videos so far and appreciated them, and now it's just I feel very much gratitude that you figured this out, and there's a lot of ideas that when you said control in the last video before, it kind of got me thinking about this is something that this route that I've been on, that this is probably why Freedom Main Radio appealed to me more than, say, libertarianparty.org. And that's to say that I'm not libertarian, I'm more anti-authority than anything else. I guess I'll kind of come up with a story saying that, like, back when I was like 14 and I'm, this is a family setting, and I'm, sitting with my mom and dad and grandma, and I talked about some video in health education about how my penis is going to get bigger, my balls are going to drop, and I said that, and they're like all shocked, and my grandma, like, I guess, like, went over her head, but they were offended, and kind of related to this video I had about being offended. And I'm trying to think why I said that, and yes, it was for shock value, and yes, I'm trying to say I don't believe in your rules, I don't believe in your authority or the legitimacy of your authority, and of course I'm scolded for it afterwards because, what, I said penis, it's not nice to say around elders. I mean, what it comes down to is they're fundamentally cowards. They're afraid to speak their mind, whereas I get a little nerve and I speak my mind, and it, like, shock and appall, but what it comes down to is that control. And it's a problem that I've had in the last, gosh, I want to say 10 years since I was like 14 or so, and trying to figure out the world, is that I have, like, it's not only related to libertarianism. I've been going too long in just one direction. And, I used to want to run for president for the Libertarian Party, or at least senator. And this political pipe dream of wanting to control other people or just to get the right people in power, hell, we've all had it. I donated money to Ron Paul. I, stepped too long in the wrong direction without realizing that this is a cohesive thing. That, yes, this does relate to political authority, religious authority, familial authority, and educational authority, and that's all tied together, and I'm on this quest. And even, this religion thing is something that I finally got settled with atheism, or sometimes I call myself Satanist, but it comes down to being fundamentally anti-authority. I don't have any rulers above me, and I don't rule anyone else, and I am my own sovereign individual, and no one has the right to treat me like crap. And this is one thing that, understanding philosophically, it's really hard to wrap your head around if you're in the situation where anything against that is, it bothers me that for so long I have been controlled. I mean, even this religious thing where, like, I stopped being Christian back when I was like 15, but then I ran into other pseudo-philosophies of, Wicca or spiritualism or agnosticism, and this is all this idea of there's a God or some kind of being over me or morality over me that controls my beings or my feelings or my actions that I have to submit myself to. And you know, I can see there's different libertarians that totally aren't going to get this, because that they do believe in Christianity, or they believe in whatever the culture they I mean, they're more likely to tend toward anti-authoritarian tendencies, but that's only in the realm of just follow the Constitution. It's not having an allness philosophy of life when it comes to anti-authority. No, the question then arises, what happens when you've got this worker at Microsoft and you call them as tech support and you want your computer fixed? Yes, I'll admit there's exceptions. There's I rely on the fact that they have superior knowledge, but that's just a matter of respect. I don't think that they're any better or that they're like gods, or I have respect for them, and that's why they have value. But being an authority doesn't mean that you're flawless. It means you're less likely to be flawed. But they've, you know, article in Yahoo I saw a couple weeks ago said that this girl got diagnosed with something and she figured it out and the doctors couldn't even figure it out. And it's kind of amazing that they would put that on the internet, because she's like, what, 16, and kids' rights aren't respected. So even stuff like family, you can't have a family without parents because the child lacks the capacity. But even then, should there be authority in the matter? I'd say get rid of that authority where you can, and I'm completely anti-authoritarian. That's you know, it's a strong foundation from which everything flows, and it's a personal quest. It's hard to like find things that unite. That's about it. I want to wrap this up. I think I said all I need to say, but I definitely congratulate you on that. I definitely have a independent streak or a rebellion streak. I don't know where it comes from. Maybe I'm a different type of person. You know, it's an interesting thing to think about where it comes from. I'm the oldest in the family of two, so it's definitely not like you get libertarian from being the youngest in the family. I don't think so. But that should be about it. I think I've ran out of things to say.